Christmas comes early for Marvel and video game fans, specifically December 6th. That's when Marvel Rivals, Disney's latest gaming venture, drops. Stick around to find out why Marvel Rivals might be a huge hit for Disney and why Originality might just be overrated. Let's jump into it. Let's not kid ourselves. Disney and Originality are like relatives at Thanksgiving. You only see them together like once a year. From turning old folklore into animated classics to acquiring the rights to our childhood, Disney's true power isn't invention, it's reinvention. If there's a tale worth telling, Disney is guilty of repackaging it, giving it a catchy soundtrack, and laughing all the way to the bank. In fact, Disney's Vault is basically a greatest hits album of other people's stories. Here are a few hits from their rap sheet: Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, adapted from a German fairy tale; Aladdin, adapted from a Middle Eastern collection of folk tales; Mulan, adapted from a Chinese story; Lion King, inspired by the Japanese anime Kimba the White Lion; and finally, The Lion King 2019, a reimagining of the 1994 animated film, proving that copying yourself can still rake in billions of dollars. Disney has long mastered the art of borrowing ideas and reimagining them for movies, and now it looks like they could succeed at doing it with gaming. Disney's latest venture in gaming is developed by NetEase, a huge age a huge Asian game developer, which boldly asks the question, what if we put the super in hero shooters? Introducing Marvel Rivals, a team-based PvP, that's player versus player shooter, featuring superheroes. Players can assemble an all-star Marvel squad with their friends to battle for supremacy in multiple comic-themed arenas. Boasting an impressive roster of 33 characters, players can choose from fan favorite heroes and villains across the Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy, X-Men, and many more. But why are hero shooters such a big deal? To put Marvel Rivals into context, let's quickly dive into the hero shooter genre. What is a hero shooter? This is a team based game where players control unique characters, each with their own special abilities and playstyles. It's like a superhero squad, but instead of saving the world, you're battling other players for glory, bragging rights, and maybe some shiny loot. Enter Overwatch, the hero shooter that set the standard for hero shooters. When Blizzard Entertainment launched Overwatch in 2016, it wasn't just a game, it was a revolution. It took the classic shooter format and infused it with personality, polished mechanics, vibrant art, and a diverse cast of characters that made you want to root for them or be them. Overwatch was a massive hit with $1 billion in its first year. It accumulated a high of 60 million players in 2021. Fans turned out in droves with cosplay, fan art, and lore discussions for days. It wasn't just a game, it became a lifestyle. The Overwatch League, OWL, made it a cornerstone of competitive gaming, drawing global attention and investment. But then Blizzard fumbled the bag. Content updates slowed to a crawl, leaving players frustrated and bored. Rivals like Apex Legends and Fortnite swooped in with fresh ideas and better execution. Blizzard seemed more focused on profits than players, failing to deliver on promises and cutting corners where it mattered the most, improving the game experience. Fans weren't just disappointed, they felt taken for granted. Overwatch stopped innovating, stopped improving, and ultimately stopped being the game that players fell in love with. Sure, Marvel Rivals might look like an Overwatch clone because, well, it is. But if they end up fulfilling the promises that Overwatch never kept, then is that such a bad thing? Disney and NetEase clearly saw an opening and decided to jump into it. And for the record, this isn't their first Marvel gaming rodeo either. In 2019, they developed a League of Legends inspired game called Marvel Super War. This game was limited to Asia and was only for mobile devices. Armed with learnings from their previous Marvel collaborations and Blizzard's hubris, NetEase is taking nothing for granted. They've been steadily building a community around the Rivals IP, creating buzz with streamers, and dropping gameplay teasers that actually look good. Really good. Feedback from early testing also showed very strong ratings for the game and that development is shaping up quite nicely. But let's not pretend it's only Disney or that gaming is the only space where borrowing has reigned supreme. Reinventing ideas is a tale as old as time. Take Batman, for example, everyone's favorite brooding billionaire. He's basically the shadow with better branding and a bat cave. Or how about Star Wars? George Lucas's galaxy wasn't very far away from John Carter of Mars or Flash Gordon. Even modern hits like Arcane are not innocent. The season 2 finale seems like it was heavily inspired by Naruto's plot point around infinite Tsukuyomi. The truth is, for most audiences, we are not as open to new ideas as we think we are. We usually want things to be different, but the same. We want our novelty to be familiar, and this might be the reason that most creators reach into the past for inspiration, both to capture the magic of something they experienced, but also to build on it to give it new expression. I guess it's true then. Imitation is truly the best form of flattery. So, will Marvel Rivals revolutionize gaming? Probably not, but perhaps it could perfect a familiar formula that people love. Taking cues from unoriginal classics from Disney's movie catalog, Rivals just might deliver the superhero fantasy we didn't know we needed. At the very least, it isn't a cheap cash grab. Moana 2 and Mufasa, I'm looking at you guys. Thank you for making it this far in the video. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite Disney classic. Are you excited for Marvel Rivals? Have an awesome day and bye.